Okay. Oops, nope, nope. Okay, I think it's time to figure out how to leave this part. And I think I know how. Okay, so there's supposed to be a car. Oh my god, is it that? Is it just that? It is, isn't it? It definitely feels as though this card must be relevant. It is. Oh my god, it was right there. And I spent like 40 minutes. I mean, when we first arrived, Miss Green was standing with it in her hand in what can only be described as a very tense atmosphere. Yes, it may very well be related to whatever incident Mr. Sholmes believed was about to happen here. Perhaps we should ask Miss Green about it. Oh my god. I swear to god. Oh my... I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed. Neither the sender's name or address appear to be written on the envelope or the card.
It arrived by post in my home the day before the incident that put me in hospital here.
Is that the voice I gave her? I don't remember. Well, she has a new voice now, I guess. I have information regarding the death of Duncan Ross. Come to the Slug and Salad on Briar Road at 5 p.m. on the 17th. Don't tell anybody else about this letter or the meeting. It is a matter of utmost importance. Wait a minute, the 17th? Of this month? That's the day you were stabbed on Briar Road. And 5 p.m. is precisely the time when the incident occurred. The Slug and Salad, yes. A pub on the northern corner of Briar Road. Briar Road being the street that Mr. Garidep's house is on. Does this mean that...
Yes, I'm sure you've guessed. That day when I was struck in the back by the knife, I was actually on my way to the Slug and Salad.
Goodness. So that's what you were doing on Briar Road that day.
I'm sorry I didn't say anything before. I think I really will have to ask you to excuse me now. I've told you everything.
Yes, I'm very sorry to have had drag up such a painful memories for you.
No, it's fine.
Miss Green, please promise us you won't try to do anything like that again.
Yes, don't worry. Your detective friend has a bottle now anyway. And besides, I've been stabbed in the back and had a close shave with a bottle of poison, and I'm still here. I think I'm destined to see things through to the end. It might sound a little conceited, but, well, that's how all this has made me feel.
Damn. Rough, buddy. Leaving Miss Green and St. Bartholomew's behind, we made our way back to Baker Street with Mr. Sholmes. Well, it would appear we've reached the end of the investigative trail for now. Yeah, finally! Yeah, it is late! Yes, it's late. And Mr. Naruhodo, did you discover anything that may be of use to you in court tomorrow, do you think? Details about Mr. Shamspeare, Mr. Garidep's lodgings, the convict, Selden. There are many facets? What? Okay. There are many facets to this case, and we're yet to see to the heart of it, if you ask me. That's my feeling anyway. I can't help wondering about the results of the analysis. Into Mr. Natsume's tea, you mean? Yes. Will they have found... Oh god, in it or not? Well, I fear that either way, it will be hard to escape the grip of our friend, Mr. Reaper. Oh dear. Yes, Baroque von Zeeks. But I wish you every success, of course. And though I was late to rise this morning, tomorrow will be a new dawn. I intend to spring from my bed at crisp hour and attend the trial. Mr. Sholmes, you're going to come? Indeed, whatever happens, I shall be there. Assuming my eyelids cooperate in the morning. Well, I think we've done all we can. And that's left is to remain focused and keep fighting for Mr. Natsume's case until the very end. London, the world's most prosperous city, home to some 6 million people, but away from the razzle-dazzle, down back alleys and behind bricked-up windows, the lonely lurk. Soseki-san has battled long and hard with loneliness during his many months here, and so I felt honor-bound to battle equally hard for my compatriot, to lift the curse that gripped him. As Mr. Sholmes said, tomorrow would be a new dawn for all of us. Yes! Finally! I get to move on! Oh, I most definitely want to save my progress, yes. Oops. February 9:23 a.m. The Old Bailey. Defendant's antechamber. Oh god, too close, too close, too close. Whew. Dot dot dot. Dot dot dot. This is it then, Mr. Naruhodo. Yeah, it's time to put an end to all this now. To the miserable curse that has been plaguing Mr. Natsume. To everything. And in my own small way, I should do everything I can to help you. I always appreciate your help, Miss Susato. Suffering, Soseki, selfishly, sideline! Ah! Good morning to you too, Mr. Natsume. Good morning? Good morning, welcome student Mr. Naruhodo Esquire. Listen to you two, chatting away happily as if the main player of today's trial isn't here. Why would you do that? Why? Oh dear, we didn't mean to cause offense, Mr. Natsume. I thought perhaps that because you had your eyes shut so tightly you were meditating, finding inner calm. I don't think that person has seen calm ever in his life.
It seemed wrong to disturb you.
I was waiting! What's the matter, Mr. Natsume? You seem different somehow today.
Why, naturally, that's because I've attained spiritual enlightenment. The path of literature, you see, is a journey to discover one's own death.
What?
Or such like. That's the sort of morning conversation I was hoping for. That's why I had my eyes shut.
I missed the signs, I'm afraid. Somehow. You'll have to forgive me.
And you mustn't talk of your path leading to death, Mr. Natsume.
That was just an example. Oh yes, there it is. Inner calm.
You barely came to see me at all yesterday. I was sure you abandoned me and returned to our beautiful long-lost homeland.
We've not even been in Great Britain a week yet. Yes, well, anyway. I intend to set everything straight in court today. I'm determined to uncover the truth.
I've actually reached an important decision myself.
Oh, what sort of decision?
I shall fill you in after the trial.
Alright.
It would seem Mr. Sholmes isn't coming today after all. It's a very clever message, I think. My dear fellows, you must win this battle on your own merits.
It's a very clear message, I think, that he's overslept again.
The great detective? My arch nemesis? Long may he stay away, if you ask me.
Defendant! And your legal representative! The trial is about to begin. Make your way into the courtroom immediately.
Today, once again, we face the Reaper. And when the Reaper stands for the prosecution, the defendant's fate is sealed. But I don't believe in that legacy any more than I believe in Soseki-san's curse. The truth is hidden here somewhere, and I won't let it escape me. I have to keep believing in my client and keep fighting till the very end. That's all. "23rd of February, 9:40 a.m. The Old Bailey's courtroom."
Oh no, more voices.
Oh god,
In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this court to be in session. I call upon the counsels for the prosecution and defense to declare their willingness to proceed.
Oh god, okay, an edgy voice. What would be an edgy voice?
The prosecution is ready.
Yes, the defense is ready.
Very good. And now I'll call upon the 6 ladies and gentlemen of the jury. Chosen by lot to represent the will of the people in this trial. Are you to proceed?
Absolutely, justice will be done, mark my words.
I feel obliged to say I feel especially ruthless on days when my hat is sitting just right. Oh, well, I wonder if you could adjust my hat for me, and please, be as ruthless as you like. Thieves deserve to die if you ask me. Especially gas thieves. I have no sympathy for the man at all.
Look, I said it yesterday, and I'll say it again now. I don't have time for this. I've got my own problems.
Oh, may the Lord show us the light here and lead his flock to a righteous verdict again today.
Now, Lord Van Zieks, what can you tell us? The prosecution's report, please, for the court. In relation to the theory expounded by the defense yesterday regarding the defendant's tea.
So he does have the results. Before the prosecution delivers the black news about the black tea belonging... That's not a voice for him. Should have given him Sholmes' voice. You know what? He'll have Sholmes' voice. I don't care.
Before the prosecution delivers the black news about the black tea belonging to the blackguard and the dog. Pray allow me a moment to savor a liquid of a more sanguine hue. In fact, I'll defer to the good detective for the report. Here's to you, Inspector.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Oh, not the soap again. As indicated by the defense, we found a bar of soap just outside the victim's window in the snow. And there was indeed a frozen reddish liquid in a little depression on the top of it. Yes, that's the tea. That's what Mr. Natsume brought with him that night. Well, the brains at the yard analyzed it and yes, you're right. It was tea. And there wasn't a trace of strychnine or any other toxic substance in it. No poison at all? In other words, the tea was the defendant brought with him to the victim's room is innocent. It's in the clear.
What a revelation!
As I suspected, this makes it quite clear. The defendant, Mr. Suseki...
Objection! My learned friend is jumping to conclusions again. A typical Nipponese reaction.
What?
Yes, it's true. No poison was found in the few drops of liquid recovered from the soap on the window ledge. But what logic is that? Would you take a drop from the Thames and conclude that the water in the ocean isn't salty? My word! The water in the ocean is extremely salty, Consul.
Oh no, not the wine!
Exactly. Unfit for drinking, just as the victim's tea was on the night in question, as the court has already heard. Bitter was the precise word from the lips of Mr. William Shamspeare, whom the prosecution now calls back to the stand. Very well, I will uphold the prosecution's request.
Mr. Shamspeare. Yeah, it sounds like we're going to have another confrontation with our theatrical friend, who also has the same oh my god, I gave too many people the same voices.
Bailiff.
Wait, no. Bailiff. No.
Bailiff, show Mr. Shamspeare to the stand. Mr. William Shamspeare, the victim of this despicable crime.
Oh heaven, oh hell, do you command me to remember? For soft 'twas I, Shamspeare, did have a bellyful of the foul fluid given in mine innocence.
Yes, but it was revealed in yesterday's proceedings. The witness is not as innocent as we perhaps first been led to believe. By using bars of soap such as this, has been stealing gas from the supply company, yes. One might smile a smile and be a villain. Foresaw 'twas I, Shamspear, did have a room full of the sweet fuel given.
That's right, fellow jurors, don't forget, this man is a rotten thief.
I haven't forgotten. Keep all about the icy coin into the secret, didn't you? You should have owned up sooner.
Arrest him, I say. Arrest him at once, and let him feel the sting in my tail.
Oh, indeed, by dint of violent, cowardly means have I plotted to further mine own ends, I confess. Thou wouldst not pardon my sins, of that I am sure.
If you acknowledge your wrongdoings, what exactly are you doing here?
Cowards thy may times be before their deaths, and for a coward such as I, death be well deserved. But would it be that still greater crime passeth unpunished? For lo, the hairy-faced gentleman of farther east than Verona did contrive to poison me.
Objection!
Objection!
But there was no poison in the tea found in your room. The police have attested to that.
What the defense would assert as an inconsistency will quickly be cleared upon the witness's testimony. Is that not so, Mr. Shamspear? Verily, my liege, I would most gladly speak. Very well. Let the witness testify to explain the inconsistency. Tell the court, why is it that poison apparently entered your body, though none was found in the tea?
Tea inconsistency.
The Japanese man did not come to my chamber with a tea brewed in a pot. 'Twas in my cup alone that the wicked miscreant secretly poured his wicked poison. Whilst feigning distraction in our debate, ne'er did a drop of his own drink pass his lips. When he departed by and by, I did use the tea that remained in his cup to make my coins of ice. Thus 'tis no surprise that poison be not found in the tea I did pour onto the molds of soap. The poison was slipped into the cup after the tea had been poured. The normal way for poison to be administered, in my experience. Quite. Otherwise, it would be disastrous if the poisoner were to mix up the cups, for instance.
But no poison bottle was found at the scene.
Because, quite simply, the Nipponese took the bottle back to his own room. The absence of a vessel containing the poison only becomes problematic when considering suicide.
Ugh, I knew that.
By now it should be perfectly clear. A bar or two of cheap soap is wholly inefficient to wash the deep stains of guilt from the accused's hands.
Ugh!
Sirs, madams, 'tis true that I, Shamspear, be a common thief of gas. But, listen here, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, that's some strength.
Wherefore would I lie? Verily, I have no cause. I have naught to lose.
Well, I do declare.
I think I've given up on their voices.
Thank you for your testimony, witness. Counsel, proceed with the cross-examination.
Yes, my lord. the tea inconsistency.
Hold it!
I understand that you were already acquainted with Mr. Natsume, is that correct? I know thee not, old man. Fall to thy prayers. Do I know thee, or know thee not? Methinks 'tis all I can know, that thy destiny mingles with mine. What? You lost me at the first thee. Yeah, same. Zounds, sir, thou must learn the English tongue afore thou turns thy hand to lawyering. Well, noted, I guess. I did, but I must have missed the archaic Elizabethan lecture. Verily and in truth, 'twas a fine-flavoured brew, though a drop of poison did barb its sweetness, as the thorn doth barb the sweet rose. That, dear friends, be the simple truth. Listen to Mr. Shakespeare. He seems in even better form than he was yesterday. Either that or I'm in worse form. That fated evening, after I did dine, at Grubb's Grubbery, a local alehouse of good report, naught did pass my lips but the tainted black tea. But behold, the poison was not in the tea at first.
Hold it!
Hold it. Are you saying that you saw the moment when the poison was added to your tea? To have witnessed the act and then drank the tea, thou dost describe the actions of a fool.
Quite so, quite so.
But no one likes going thirsty, do they? Sooner would I quenched than parched, would I have the choice. Actually, on the night in question, the water main was frozen, I believe, wasn't it? Were it not for the tea, in sooth, I would sooner have died frozen than quenched or parched. Right, no ice coins means no heating.
The witness had more than one brush with death on the night in question, it would seem. Remind the court, Mr. Shakespeare, as to whether the accused drank any of the tea which he brought with him.
With the greatest of pleasure, my liege. Whilst feigning distraction in our debate, near did a drop of his own drink. Oh wait, I already read.
Hold it!
But the teacup Mr. Natsume drank from was found completely empty at the scene. And let's not forget the defendant's maxim, drink tea whilst it's hot.
I did gulp from the poisoned cup that night, and in mine agony did I writhe uncontrolled. In fits of pain, I did knock the fellow's cup, and its contents spilled as blood from gaping wound, methinks. Though certainly 'twas after I made the coins of ice from this tea. An upset cup was found on the table the victim slumped over. There is no contradiction here.
It's true. There was no tea left in either cup that we found at the scene. But still, something about this statement is troubling me. Yeah, of course. I know what it is. It's Mr. Natsume's wise drink tea while it's hot maxim, isn't it? No, I'm not sure that's it.
Thank you, witness. Now retaliate for the court what it is that occupied you after the guests had left before you drank your tea.
Yes, so that you could cheat the gas company, in fact. Isn't that right? To cheat or to die. This life's only choice. Yes. Faith to cheat be the wise choice, and mine occupation be not an ugly one. Prithee, dost thou not see beauty in the simplicity of the ruse? No, I don't, and be very sure, sir. Once this trial is over, Almond Guest will take you to task over this legal task. I shall not run, I shall not hide. Sooth to say, I have nowhere to run, nor to hide. But my lady, what wouldst thou with this pitiful player? Oh, I'll tell you what I'd like to do with you, starting with the shady shirt on your back. It's time for Shakespeare's dance! What a harsh world we live in. The thieving of the guest was addressed in yesterday's proceedings. The prosecution calls on the defense not to muddy the waters with irrelevancy. Consider that a warning, Consul. Yes, my lord. Why am I the only one in trouble here? Mr. Shakespeare, after the accused returned to his own lodgings, you used this tea to make your coins. Is that correct? To cheat or to die, I did make my choice many months ago.
Hold it!
If having first made your special coins, it was after 2 in the morning when you collapsed, that would mean you can't have drunk any tea yourself until around that time. Once ensnarled by literary debate, naught else be found in the furrows of the mind. The debate about Romeo and Juliet, you mean? And who was the stronger of the two? Righty that I pay no heed to the tea as I wrestled with the abominable fellow. I don't remember debates like that when I was sitting. Are you suggesting that neither of you actually drank the tea whilst it was hot that evening? My lord, whilst I be privy to some Shakespearean wisdom, husband, wife, and tea ought I to be. What? What? Ah yes, so very true. Everyone has different preferences when it comes to tea. I think you might have interpreted that wrongly. So it's been proven that there was no poison in Soseki-san's tea. That would be hugely in our favor. But the atmosphere in this courtroom today... It feels as though everybody is against us, Mr. Naruhodo. It must be the Reaper's poison. I'm afraid that if we don't find a significant flaw in this testimony somewhere, the jury will pounce and find Mr. Natsume guilty. It really feels like we've jumped into a fire here. Okay, I guess we have some evidence. Oh, I did not mean to. Oops. Okay, did not mean to click that. Yes, faster, please. Yes, Old English. Either that, yeah. Grubbery grub. Okay. Hmm. Maybe the cup? Do both of them have the teacups used by There is no tea ring on the inside of Mr. Natsume's cup. Also, there was no tea in his cup? Is that what that means? Oh. Maybe that means that it was in my cup alone that... Okay. He never did a drop of his own drink past his lips. And I used the tea. Maybe here?
Objection!
Objection! You claim that Mr. Natsume didn't drink a drop of tea on the night in question, and that you used the tea that was left in his cup to make your fake coins. But that's not possible.
How? Chopped logic. What is this, ye dark, ye clad fiend? I hate him.
The two teacups from the scene, one used by the victim and the other by the defendant, have a clear difference between them, one that represents incontrovertible proof.
Incontrovertible? What difference?
Look at the inside of the cups. Just here, there's a clearly visible ring.
Yes, a tea ring.
Commonplace enough.
Indeed, such stains occur all too readily when one leaves tea in the cup for a while.
And yet, Mr. Natsume's cup has no such ring.
Good lord, you're right! It's completely clean. And prithee, sir, what marks thou of it?
Exactly what Mr. Natsume told the court yesterday. The Japanese saying he quoted. Drink
Tea.
while it's hot. That's right, yes. The jittery Mr. Natsume was true to his usual self that night and drank his tea in no time. Also, he did drink it just fast. Okay. Oh. If, as you claim in your testimony, he didn't touch a drop of his tea, a ring would have developed on the inside of his cup as well, after the several hours the tea was left standing.
But,
In short, Mr. Shakespeare, you clearly lied to the court.
get thee to a
Objection!
objection. As a rule, I fill my hollow chalice with up to 7 times during any one trial. Is that his voice?
You might want to keep that information to yourself.
Yet on one occasion, tedium distracts me and I pour more times than I intended until the bottle is dry.
I feel you, I feel you. Your drinking habits are fascinating but irrelevant. No, can we talk more about the drinking habits? Because I relate.
On the contrary, they illustrate the fickleness of human memory.
Yeah.
To William Shakespeare. Yes, my liege. Though you previously stated that you made the coins of ice water of Okay, I think okay. Of ice water from the leftover tea in the accuser's cup. Could it be that you were perhaps mistaken?
Oh yes, let's lie. Okay.
Eh? Could it be that, yes, perhaps there was some tea remaining in the small teapot left at the scene? A fact that had vanished from your memory until now.
That's not how that works. No.
Fate, my liege, thou art a magician. For verily this as though thou hast seen with thine own eyes that night.
What? Yeah, what?
For sooth I was mistook. I did plan to use tea from the Japanese fellow's cup, but when I looked 'twas empty. And thus did I use the dregs that festered in the teapot as my liege did suggest.
Objection? Yes?
And you've just suddenly remembered now that you've made a mistake before, yeah?
Are we supposed to believe that?
Objection! People's memories are imperfect, my learned friend, which is why we rely on evidence instead.
No, it's also why you talk with your witness beforehand to make sure what they say aligns with what you're asking. But okay.
But in any case, it makes no difference. The victim's most recent testimony tells us two things of note. Firstly, that the poison was put into the victim's teacup only. And secondly, that the spoiled cup was not the source of the insipid ice coins that have bewitched this court. The prosecution makes a fine summary of the facts. Furthermore, that testimony remains valid and in full supports the established facts, in other words.
Okay, now we're stripping in court.
The inconsistency claimed by the defense simply does not exist.
No! What does this mean then?
I do declare it means there's no issue with the ghastly testimony.
Apart from the bit and thieving, yes, obviously. My lords, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I do solemnly swear, after I did dine at Grubbery alehouse that night, naught did pass my lips but the black tea given me by the Japanese, whose back be stooped as low as death. And on that did you dine, sir? Why, I did partake of my favorites, a broth as would be called soup, and a leaf as would be called salad.
What? I hate him. He's like the guy is when you have to have a certain word count in your essay, so you just put in words that do not need to be there. It's so annoying.
As insalubrious a menu as the establishment where it was served. But you gods will give us some faults to make us men. Willingly would I suffer what punishment is seen fit to serve a wicked thief of gas, but I pray ye wise and noble fellows, ne'er forget the simple truth. That be one thing, and this be another. Jurors all, your humble servant Shamspeare doth entreat you, punish the Japanese fellow for his sins. My lord!
Okay. If I may speak, my lord.
Yes, Mr. Foreman?
No. I believe we may have been duped by the rotten defense lawyer. By me? I do declare you may be right. We all know the waif. It was Coin's eyes keeping too warm. But this lawyer lad says if he's stealing gas, he deserves a dose of poison, eh? He been building up the garden path, that's what... Oh. I really never said anything like that. But what we just heard from the victim, there was open our eyes again. We've reached the decision this time, and we won't be swayed from it.
The court acknowledges the position of the jury foreman and will duly hear the jury's findings.
What? No! You can't yet.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, will you state your decisions now?
Guilty!
Oof.
Guilty.
Oof.
Guilty!
Guilty.
Guilty!
Damn.
Guilty!
I hereby declare the jury be in one accord.
What was that sound?
Oh, happy day!
How is this happening? My lord, the defense asserts its right to carry out a summation examination.
Very well. The court upholds the defense right. Typical, my learned friend is unable to accept the obvious truth. This trial will therefore enter its second summation examination immediately. Jurors, the court calls upon each of you to state the grounds upon which you find the defendant guilty of the crime of which he is charged.
I'm a man of logic, me, and having considered all the evidence, the defendant must logically be guilty. I do agree that gas is far too expensive. I can quite understand why the man would want to avoid paying. The stuff explodes and it can poison you. It's absolutely lethal, gases.
Gas doesn't come for free.
It cost me a fortune to deliver it around the city and maintain the pipes.
Truth be told, the tea my wife serves up for me is a little sketchy at times.
If nothing else passed the victim's lips that night, there's no other explanation, is there?
Oh, bet something else passed his lips.
Oh, the soap! Did they not try to eat the soap? Oh.
I do feel that perhaps personal opinion about gas and its supply has influenced decision someone.
Yeah, so it's biased. What do you mean, but never mind? Yeah, no, you really should mind, yeah. The truth is, our court counter-argument wasn't as unassailable as we'd hoped. And Mr. Shamspeare was poisoned. There can be no doubt of that. Then how are we supposed to turn this around? I think we need to establish the method by which Mr. Shamspeare was actually poisoned. Our only hope is to demonstrate that to the court incontrovertibly. But that's surely almost impossible at this stage. If we don't manage it though, Mr. Natsume will be found guilty.
No delays, counsel. Proceed with the summation examination.
Oh boy.
The defense's rebuttal.
Okay.
Hold it!
All the evidence, you say? That's right, and there's no room for doubt. It's all pointing at that Japanese man with the big mustache. Says the Englishman with the bigger mustache. Got you there. Which means we need to show the man some new evidence to make him change his mind. If only we had that kind of evidence. Don't worry, this summation examination has barely started. Yeah, so why are you talking? Chill. Perhaps there'll be a shift in the situation that shows an existing piece of evidence in a new light. Let's hope so. Well, I'm guessing there's gonna be, judging by the way you talk. To start with though, I need to find some way out of this deadlock. Okay.
Hold it!
This isn't the time or the place to be discussing the price of gas, madam. But really, think of the injustice. Air is a gas and air is free. Why should ultimate gas cost money? It's very topical. It makes my blood boil. I can feel myself becoming more ruthless than ever. This isn't the time or the place to be ruthless either. If I might interject here. Ah, yes, madam. It seems my fellow jurors take issue with the price our company charges for gas. But it's precisely because of thieves like this man that the cost goes up. Oh, what a beastly man! That unkempt mustache, those hunched shoulders, poisoning tea and stealing gas, utterly unforgivable. No, Mr. Natsume isn't the one who's been stealing gas. I'll thank you not to go adding more crimes. Oh my god, can't be. Mr. Natsume hasn't been poisoning tea either. Well, anyway, I've quite made up my mind. It's made up as the price of gas. The stuff explodes and it can poison you. It's absolutely lethal, the gas is. I don't know why I read it again. Could we please talk about the poison rather than the gas, do you think, sir? Well, if you like. I mean, to be honest, I take poison over gas every time. You take poison? What I mean is, poison can only poison you. It doesn't explode, does it? I'm sure there's poison that explodes. Goodness me! What are you talking about? Set him straight, please, lawyer man. Well, it's certainly true that poison isn't prone to exploding. But I think you'll find poison can also light or heat up a room. Ah! You're right! I didn't consider that at all. Young lawyer man. Yes? You have a good head on your shoulders. We could use someone like you as our company's legal representative. Hey, we got a job, boys! We got a job! Woo! Well, I wasn't expecting to pick up more business in the middle of a trial, that's for sure. Anyway, the point is, I haven't had the best experience with gas companies in the past. How is that relevant? How is any of these decisions for why my client is guilty? I don't... okay.
Hold it!
Can we... yeah, can we please refrain from all the talk of gas? There's an all-out attack underway here, in case you hadn't noticed, against my company's gas. And I'm supposed to sit here and take it, am I? I don't think so. She's really buzzing now. All I've heard about our wonderful fuel is explosions and poisonings. What about electricity, What about getting electrocuted? What about that? A little explosion here and there is nothing in comparison.
An explosion could hardly be described as nothing, madam. Nevertheless, the theft of your gas is deplorable.
My point exactly. But the gas thieves aren't even the worst of our enemies. We have far more devious reprobates to contend with on a daily basis, you know.
More devious? Who, madam?
Other gas companies, of course.
Other gas companies? Not quite what I was expecting.
We generate gas and we deliver it to a customer fair and square.
Indeed, nobody is questioning that, madam. Altamont is an exemplary gas company.
But there are other unscrupulous gas companies here in London that don't even have any gas at all.
What? But if they don't have any gas, how do they go about selling it to people?
You wouldn't think it possible, would you? But they steal our gas, you see, and sell that.
They steal your gas? How on earth is such a thing possible?
Gas companies like ours deliver gas to people's homes with a network of pipes. But these devious reprobates secretly disconnect our pipes and divert our gas into their own rotten pipes. Then they make a contract with the household supplied by those pipes and take money for the precious gas that's rightfully ours without us even knowing. They're diverting gas into their own pipes illegally? What a brazen form of theft. When we visit customers' houses to collect the money from their meters, we always have to check whether or not one of these devious companies has been up to tricks.
Excuse me. Do you have something to say about that, juror member 3?
Oh golly, you mean me? I'm terribly sorry. I was just thinking to myself.
I really did catch him off guard there. Thinking about what the lady next to you was saying, correct?
Well, yes. I just got a little riled about it recently, you see.
Go on.
An Altamont gas worker visited my house the other day to investigate the pipework. We need to ask for your cooperation while we carry out a secret check of your property, sir, the fellow said. So I let him in. And do you know what he did?
I'm afraid I have no idea. Please tell us.
He proceeded to take one of my lights off the wall. Then he grabbed the exposed mouth of the pipe and started blowing into it. What do you think you're doing, young man? You're giving away company secrets there. Oh please, everybody knows. But it was very nearly the death of me, I can tell you.
What do you mean?
I'll explain if you don't mind. As I said before, these unscrupulous other gas companies connect their customers to our pipe network.
Yes, but how does blowing into the pipe come into it?
Obviously, there's gas in the pipes, and it's a fairly low pressure. By blowing air through the pipe, we can make the pressure drop temporarily. And if you do that, any light connected to the same pipe will flicker for a moment.
Well, you missed some objections, but I'm sure some are coming up. Ah, I see. In other words, if upon blowing into the pipe, the lights of the adjacent property that has no contract with your company flicker, you can now know that these devious scoundrels have been meddling with the pipes.
Exactly, my lord. That's it in a nutshell. It's the reason why we have teams of workers going around neighborhoods to investigate which light flickers.
The trouble is, the particular worker who came to my house didn't know the strength of his own breath. He blew down the pipe with all might, and you can guess what happened, can't you?
Well, if he blew hard then— wait, you mean—
That's right, the light didn't just flicker, they went out, along with the stove. Gas started pouring into the house.
what a disaster! The gas supply must have been interrupted briefly because of the man's blew too hard, so the flames went out.
I'm afraid I yelled at the fellow. "Are you trying to kill us all?" I said.
So by disconnecting a lamp and blowing into the exposed gas pipe, it's possible to extinguish lamps and stoves connected to the same place of pipes, network of pipes. And then when the gas starts flowing again, it just silently seeps into the room. Mr. Naruhodo, I think perhaps— Yes. This is almost certainly the clue that we've been hoping for, is it? Why? Juror number 3. The defense requests that you amend your statement to include that information.
Oh, well, if you like, I don't mind.
Well, I do!
Oh, well, like I said, madam, it's widely known already.
Very well. Juror number 3, you will amend your statement accordingly.
Yes, my lord, although not really sure what the point of it all is.
I'm not sure either. Blow too hard into a gas pipe and you extinguish everything in the house. Do I have something for this? I don't think I have. What was the toxins? Why is this relevant? Oh, gas meter? Oh. Already checked it. Meter that dispenses gas for a set time after the attached coin box. Okay. Handprint? No. I don't think I have anything. Just, you know, let's press him, I guess. When you say extinguish everything in the house, do you mean even on different floors?
Oh yeah, all floors are connected to the same pipe after all.
That's true of every building because gas supply contracts are issued for whole properties. Well, I had no idea that it was possible to extinguish gas appliances simply by blowing down the pipe. It's not something we like to publicize, to be honest. But we have to carry out these investigations, as I'm sure you can appreciate.
Indeed. It has been mentioned on more than one occasions in the papers even.
Is that so? It's been mentioned to me too, very recently. An incident involving the gas stove going out inexplicably, almost leading to someone's death. Mr. Naruhodo, I think perhaps— Yeah, it's finally started to fall into— It is? Can you fill me in on the loop? Because I'm— the secret link that joins all of these strange occurrences. Is it? Am I missing something? It shows landlord, yeah. Oh, this guy? Natural causes in the early hour in the morning have been suffering with fever. Fellow arrived, found him before capital from okay. No shit about the kid. Okay, okay. Okay, let's just continue, I guess. I don't know.
Hold it!
Hold it! You mean it's poisoned? That's right, it happened a tidy few times now.
This is most troubling indeed. It's always days like this. One when I don't get any wages. I get in at tea time, see. And I see her doing it. My wife. Did this guy just say that his wife is poisoning his tea? In court? She gets a devilish look on her face and she slips some white powder into my okay.
And you drink it anyway?
I was brought up proper, I was. If someone gives you a cuppa, you drink it.
What? What is this? What? And what happened to you? What did it taste like?
It was god awful, believe you me. Salty as hell. Oh, she put salt. Okay. Oof. Oof.
Yeah. Then I think perhaps what your wife put in your tea was salt.
No. So, she doesn't even care enough to poison me properly, eh? Unbelievable.
What?
Let's move on, please.
What? Okay. Okay, this might have something. I hope. Does that mean that if the victim could be shown to have ingested something else, you'd change your leaning? Sorry. What was that now? Oh, I was just saying, if the victim did actually eat or drink something else on the night. What's the matter with you? Sorry? I said, if nothing else passed the victim's lips that night, there's no other explanation, is there? Haven't you been listening to me at all? I feel there's an English expression about a pot and a kettle that's appropriate here. Compared to the other jurors who don't even appear to have anything to say about the case at all, it would seem that this elderly gentleman has been listening to the proceedings far more intently. I suppose the trouble is, he has selective hearing. Exactly, but still, this juror may be the key to the breakthrough that we so desperately need. Yeah, I think they were eating the soap. Maybe I could present that. This is hopeless. There's no way for me to appeal to these people. I do think that the only way we shall overcome this difficult situation is by exposing the way in which Mr. Shamspeare was really poisoned. We have to prove that it happened some other way and not via Mr. Natsume's tea. Yeah, I know. The trouble is, I have absolutely no idea how it did happen. Mr. Naruhodo, I wonder if perhaps there's something you might have forgotten. Oh? Like what? It's important to watch everyone involved and pursue people if they react to something someone else says. I did that. If you'd like me to remind you exactly what I mean, I'll be more than happy to, of course. No, it's fine. Once again, Soseki-san's fate is entirely in my hands here. I probably owe it to my client to hear any advice my assistant may be able to offer. No, I got it. No, I'm fine. No, I'm fine. Actually, I don't think there's any need. It's vital that we start trying to change these jurors' minds as soon as possible. Of course, I'm sure you're right. But if you decide you would like to your memory refresh, you need only ask Mr. Naruhodo. Yeah, okay. This. Oh, nope. Oh, yeah, I could pit. But I don't have anything to pit them with. Did they eat the soap? Cheap bar of soap that was discovered. There's 2 centimeters. Then. No, they didn't eat the soap. Well, I mean, they did here. Do I present this photo? I guess. I don't have any other idea what to do. Extinguish. Blow too hard into a gas pipe and you extinguish everything in the house. Now they only talk about fucking gas. Ah, let's try it. Oh, no, not this. Wait, I can't even present it? Oh, I can't present. I can't even present. Okay. I have to pit them, I guess? Can we not present? I guess I can't. Wood and you extinguish everything in the house. What would I pit this with? And having considered all the evidence, do I do this? That doesn't make sense. If nothing else past the victim's lips. Unless it's this? Sure. What I put?
Objection!
Oh? Oh no, I don't think that's right. These 2 statements clearly contradict each other.
Good gracious. To whose statement do you refer, Counsel?
Juror number 6, did you hear what juror number 3 just said? Oh, is it right? Wait, did I actually get it? What? What? Yeah, of course. I heard him mumbling about something or other.
Oh my god, I got it!
What? There is another explanation here, I believe. Something besides Mr. Natsume's tea did, in a manner of speaking, pass the victim's lips on the night in question. What? What explanation? I wonder, did the police shake the mouth of the gas pipe feeding the wall light at the scene? To see if there was any traces of poison there.
I was curious to see what your floundering would result in this time, but the mouth of a gas pipe? Scotland Yard have enough to do without exploring such irrelevance.
What a piece of worth is a man! What are you trying to say, Mr. Shakespeare? What speaketh thou, prithee? Is it not strange and strange? That is what I say to thee, sir. I thought I'd been quite clear, but let me put it another way. I hate this name. The strychnine could have been on the mouth of the gas pipe that feeds the wall lamp in the room. And that is how the poison came to enter your body.
Good lord!
Are they tasty then? Gas pipes? Is that what he's saying?
Or is the gentleman suggesting that the poor man was so desperately hungry he tried to fill his belly with gas? Perhaps no actress would perform a kiss scene with him.
For shame, madam, speaking thy fancy. I assure you I'm not such a buffoon that I have to kiss pipes. Objection! This is no summation examination, this is a farce. The prosecution will not stand for any more of my learned Nipponese friend's conjecture. To begin with, the lamp in the victim's room is high on the wall. In order to have placed his lips to the pipe that feeds it, how would have to be a contortionist? These are empty assertions. There is no possible proof that the man did as you say.
Objection!
Objection! It's true, I have no proof that Mr. Shamspeare put his lips to the pipe. However, I can say with some certainty that on multiple occasions, Mr. Shamspeare has been doing something in front of that lamp on his wall. I don't want to know what it was. I don't. And I have evidence to prove it. Alright, you got our attention, lad. I like to see how you can be so sure of yourself. So would I. Let's see this evidence then. Now that I've got the jury's here, I need to make this opportunity count. This is the proof that time and time again Mr. Shamspeare stood in front of his gas lamp. Ah, we do the... well, not this. What was it? Handprints? This one? Yay! Yeah, let's go. Take that! What the? These are... wait, what are they called? Yes, skin prints that were found at the scene.
Skin prints, Consul? I've never heard of such things. The Justice Ministry is currently asserting whether or not to permit fingerprints as evidence in court, however.
My lord, this is an exciting new forensic technique developed by the great detective, Mr. Herlock Sholmes. It reveals all of the places that Mr. Shamspeare touched in his room.
I've never seen anything like it. I mean, that's black magic, isn't it? Well, if anyone could invent something like this, it's that great Sholmes fellow, that's for sure.
I agree. This month's edition of Engineering Thumbs was quite fascinating.
We found skin prints in many places that you would expect. On the table, on the costumes. However, Mr. Shamspeare also appears to have been touching some very unexpected places in his room. I don't want to know. I don't. For example, here.
Around the hanging picture there, indeed, multiple handprints appear to be visible.
Well, I wonder, could he have been appreciating the artwork, perhaps?
At first, my colleagues and I thought the same. However, imagine standing with your hands there. Those prints are... and you would find yourself directly in front of...
Ah! I don't believe it. The gas lamp.
Though the reason why isn't immediately obvious, it's clear that Mr. Shamspeare has regularly been standing with his hands to the wall in front of that lamp.
Right. Well, what have you been up to, you nut? You nut. That's probably what he's been up to.
I had asked the court to recall juror number 5's earlier statement.
Me? What did I say?
You said that blowing into a gas pipe would make the lights in the entire building flicker. And now, if you'll recall juror number 3's statement.
What? Me now?
When the gas worker who visited his home blew with too much force into the pipe, it caused all the lights in the gas stove to go out and gas to start leaking into the rooms. Obviously, that incident was an accident. However, the simple fact is, if Mr. Shamspeare were to have blown hard into the gas pipe here in his room, he could have extinguished every other light and gas stove in the building at will.
Crikey! Are you suggesting that the man purposefully caused the gas to...
Objection!
Objection. Whilst I acknowledge that the prosecution is required to remain silent during a summation examination, I must toast my learned friend's utter disregard for the letter of the law. What is the meaning? What is the meaning? I forgot his voice. What is the meaning of this, Lord Van Zieks? This curious photograph, or whatever it is, presented by the defense, the so-called skin prints. Clearly, that cannot be accepted as any form of usable evidence in this case.
But it's an exciting new forensic technique developed by a great detective.
It's nothing. A mere toy developed by an amateur sleuth with too much time on his hands.
Ugh.
Certainly. Even research of this nature by the esteemed Mr. Sholmes cannot be recognized by the court as formal evidence.
But... Hold it! Please, my lord, if I may.
Miss Susato,
It was not the defense's intention to submit the skin print as formal evidence. We merely wished to present the results of the great detective's investigation of the scene as a tool by which to explain a possibility to the ladies and gentlemen of the jury. And if the trial were to come to an end now, we should never learn the truth behind these mysterious handprints that everyone has now seen. I don't believe we can allow that to happen, and I'm sure the jurors would agree.
nice. Oh,
You're right. Whether those strange handprints are a significant clue or not, it's down to us to decide.
juror number 3.
Oh yes, I do declare the great detective's investigation results sound absolutely fascinating. And I want to hear what that shady actor fellow has to say about those shady handprints.
Okay, we need one more. What's the matter with you two? That was foolhardy.
Well, I did say, didn't I? And I don't like to break a promise.
Oh, there we go. No, wait, you heard his lordship. It's not.
Oh, well done, Mr. Naruhodo. If just one more juror changes his or her mind, Mr. Natsumistra will have to continue.
Thank you, Mr. Susato. Miss Susato. But I couldn't have done it without you.
Oh no, it was you who identified the clue after all. This is very much your success.
Oh, he's sweating. Why, Mr. Shamspeare, you seem to be losing your composure.
Just one more juror, Mr. Naruhodo. You can do it. You're a goat!
Very well. Continue, Consul.
Oh. What? Wait. Okay, so it's... But... Huh. But I can't present stuff. I only can press, but I already pressed it. Oh well, let's press again. You can never go wrong with pressing 10,000 times in Phoenix Wright. All the evidence, you say? That's right, and there's no room for doubt. It's so pointless to that Japanese man with the big mustache, says the English. Okay, yeah, that's the same. But the defense just demonstrated another possible explanation for the events on the night in question. What do you make of that? Why, you so-called skinbrains? It's an exciting new forensics investigation technique developed by the great detective himself. The numerous handprints on the wall are clearly out of the ordinary. And if Mr. Shakespeare had indeed put his mouth to the gas pipe on the night in question, it can't be denied that there's a possibility that's where the poison was. Well, yes, I won't deny playing on my mind. But as the prosecution rightly says, we should pay no heed to unacceptable forms of evidence. And besides... Yes? Even if the fellow has been burned up some mischief with the gas pipe dozens of times before, it doesn't mean he got up the same shenanigans on the night in question, does it? Oh. If you can't make your case better than that, I'm afraid I can't change my stance.
You do make a valid point, sir.
What? No. Oh no, what did I do? That's true. Perhaps I was a little hasty. No, wait. Look, you got your chance here, haven't you? So it's time to prove your theory. If you and your Japanese cohorts can, that is. Just leave our nation out of this, please.
Mr. Naruhodo, if you can substantiate our position, I'm afraid the jurors that changed their minds before may very well change them back.
What can I do? Is there any more proof I can give here? Can I show that Mr. Shakespeare really did blow down the gas pipe? The night in question. Can I? I don't know if I can. There's the leaking from the gas, but wasn't that because he was stealing gas? I guess I can try it. But I don't think I have a supporting testimony. Maybe I have to push the other ones first? Yes to what? What do you mean yes? I guess I'll just do it. Do what? Present the evidence? Sure, let's do it. Naturally, I can provide evidence to support the defense's position.
Very well. You will present the evidence now, counsel. The evidence in support of your claim that the victim blew down the gas pipe on the night in question.
Yeah, I think it's this. The fact that there's like a leak. That's my only guess. Or the gas meter that dispenses gas for coin, then coin blocks. No. Yeah, let's go with that. Take it! Okay, well it wasn't that. Well,
Well, Mr. Foreman, What say you to that?
Oh. Oh yes, 7 alright, no question about it. Evident that this ripe little lawyer thinks he can make a fool of us all.
No, it's your fault. You told me to do it. I shouldn't have done it. God damn it.
Wah.
You heard the man, Counsel. Don't get too big for your boots.
Are you getting too big for your boots, do you think, Mr. Naruhodo? Not likely. In fact, I wish they'd swallow me up at the moment. Looks like I need to take another tack here. Hey! On with it, yes. Okay, let's press all of them again. First, then...
Hold it!
Yeah, can we please refrain talk of gas? There's an all-out attack. I'm supposed to sit here and take it. No, she's really buzzing. Yeah, we did this. Explosions. Yeah, electrocuted. Yeah. My point exactly. More devious. Yeah, the people did steal your gas. We were over this. Actually, we didn't finish her testimony because we added to the other guy, so maybe there is something here. Yeah, they steal the gas. Oh, rotten pipes. Yeah. Chair, yeah. Good time, we're in the capital, yada yada. Did you see this? I don't know.
It's very difficult selling something you can't see, you know. Very difficult indeed.
Thank you, that will do.
Okay, there was nothing there. Oh?
Clearly, this is a very involved subject, but I feel we have digressed rather too much already. I concur. Though if my learned friend wishes to become an expert in gas, I believe the subject will suit him well. To your new career in nothingness.
Thank you so much.
You will turn your attention to the juror's assertion. Please, counsel.
I don't think... Yeah, it's probably I just have to present something. At least this guy's just gonna talk about his wife poisoning him again. Guess I have to present... Do I have a statement? I don't have a statement. Do I have... second hand book receipt. No. What does he even want? Oh yeah, did he suck the pipe or whatever. But it's not the crime scene photo. Hamana. No, it's just books. I think we're gonna start doing my favorite thing in Phoenix Wright. How do I save? I forgot how to save. How do I save? Oh, don't tell me I can't save here, because that's gonna suck. Oh no, I can't save here, can I? No, I should be able to save. Uh-oh. Well, this is awkward. Oh no, wait, it was here. Okay. We good. Okay, let's go. Present everything until we get it right. Woo! Oh no, oops. Go back. Hold it. I'm gonna try the statement thing. Maybe there is a statement. Because it shouldn't be the jury statement, because that's when you pit them. Why does this take so long? Can I show that? Maybe the answer is just I can't prove it. Well, that's probably going back. Have supporting testimony, sure. Do I? No, in truth, I don't have evidence to support my theory. However, there is a witness testimony that substantiates it. What's that? Testimony? This is incredible! Whose testimony? Yes, it's all connected. Everything is linked. A person whose testimony revealed details about the gas in the Garidep residence that night, namely what? Oh no. Did she say something? Did he say something? Did Garidep say something? I don't remember. Who even is this? What? Did she? A person whose testimony revealed details about the gas in the Garidep residency that night. She said some stuff.
Take that!
Oh. Yeah. It doesn't. Yeah. It's fine. That's why we have this. It's fine. We're good. Who else could have said something?
Hold it!
I don't think it's evidence. I don't think we have evidence. I don't remember what people said. Do we have evidence? Okay. There's no way it's that. No. No. Ingestion, smoke, toxic, likelihood mixed with the victim drinking. Pocket watch, no container, poison found. Gas meter? But doesn't say anything about the gas meter. Dashcoin box sports a very strong lock, and there is a tiny hole. Maybe? Maybe it's the gas meter? Oh, well, I'll go with the gas meter, I guess. Don't think it's the gas meter though. No! Maybe this is the answer, I don't know. Well, I'm not in a position to prove it yet. As I thought, I had a feeling that would stump you Japanese. We are capable of independent thought, you know. Are you still clicking on Yes, I am still clicking on the random. You don't have to rub it in, but thanks. I still think we need to gather some more material to bolster our position, Mr. Naruhodo. Yeah, that's what I was trying to imply by saying we can't prove it yet. Okay, well, we know it's not that one. Oops.
Hold it!
Okay, this time I have to not click so much. I wish there was a fast forward. This is way too long. Yeah. No. Yeah, don't change your mind. Come on. Yes, okay. Oh my, I almost clicked. Okay, let's try the gas meter, I guess. That's the only thing else from our evidence that could work, I guess. Evidence. Yes. No, because we need evidence for that.
Take that!
Yeah, okay, didn't think so.
Hold it!
So I guess it's someone's testimony. Who would it be though? Who said anything? No one gave a testimony except him. Yeah, no one else was on the stand except him. And then like the jurors. So unless it's him. I mean, but what he said is what we're trying to prove. Person whose testimony revealed details about the gas in the gadget. No, maybe he did say something. I don't know.
Take that!
Okay, I guess he didn't. Well. I guess he did not. Okay, no, I'm looking it up. I'm not gonna. I don't want to. It's gonna take ages. Like it takes way too long to go to that part. Oh my god. But he didn't. Okay. I would never guess him.
Hold it!
Oh my god. I hate this game and its logic. Or the lack thereof. He didn't even... I guess he did give a testimony during the previous trials. But... Yeah, I looked it up. So annoying. He didn't give testimony during this trial. How was I supposed to remember what he said the previous trial? Yeah, testimony, incredible. I know, I'm just that good. All me. Figure it out all by myself.
Take that!
Take it, please, for the love of God. Obviously, I'm talking about the defendant, Mr. Soseki Natsume himself. The defendant? At the very beginning of the proceedings here in court yesterday, Mr. Natsume said the following. Yeah, I don't have those transcripts. How am I supposed to remember that? My lodgings! There have been a whole series of strange happenings in my lodgings. Even on the fateful night it happened, when I returned from Shakespeare's room. I lit my gas stove and climbed into the bed, but before long, the stove went off, and somebody tried to kill me. I do not remember him saying that ever, but okay. On the night in question, the gas in the defendant's room went out. So asked the court, what was the mere coincidence? Was that a mere coincidence or not? Good golly. So the Shakespeare fellow blew air into the pipe to make the man stove go out on purpose? Now hold your horses there. What would he do that for? Mr. Foreman. What is it, man? We cannot allow judgment to be passed while this doubt remains. It's true that I don't have conclusive evidence yet, however. You must surely agree there is more to this case than meets the eye. I definitely switched Ryunosuke's voice there, but it's fine. Fair enough. Like I said at the outset, I'm a man of logic first and foremost. As 4 jurors leaning towards not guilty, my lord, we've overturned the decision. Therefore, the defense calls the trial to continue.
As the defense has rightfully indicated, the summation examination has concluded with a majority of jurors altering their decisions. 2 jury members now call guilty, 4 now call not guilty. Therefore, the jury's opinion is conflicted, and in accordance with the law of this land, I hereby order the continuation of this trial. Mr. William Shakespeare. My lord, how can thy humble Shakespeare serve thee? What say you in response to the various revelations made during the summation examination? So God mend me, I do solemnly swear, I recall aught of either the lamp or the pipe.
But your handprints made a tidy mess all over the wall here. How'd you explain that, eh?
I am done with this. The dignity of this great courtroom has been sullied enough already. Juror number 5.
About to do number 5.
Who, me? As I went to some pains to point out already, a print from the self-professed detective's toy has no place in a British court of law. As such, whether or not this man did indeed stand before the gas lamp with his hands against the wall remains at this time unestablished conjecture. You would all do well to remember that.
Yeah, the wine, I think this is like his 5th bottle. Objection! Of wine that he's just thrown in the lights behind him. And they look like they're fire lamps, so I don't know how the courtroom hasn't burned down yet. It's maybe the biggest mystery of this game, honestly. I think we should solve that. But the prosecution must conclude that it would be extremely simple to verify. Just order the mouth of the gas pipe feeding the lamp in Mr. Shamspeare's room to be examined. If there are traces of poison there...
Objection! What appears to be extremely simple is my Nipponese friend's mind. You will recall that in order to check for the presence of poison in the tea, some remnants of tea were required.
Yes.
Therefore, it shouldn't be beyond your wit to imagine that even if poison were to have been spread on the pipe, it would have completely evaporated by now, making any analysis impossible.
Ugh, I didn't think of that.
In any case, counsel, I failed to see what could possibly have motivated the man to do as you described. Why on earth would this fellow have wanted to blow air into the gas pipework where he lived?
Still gas? Did we not went over that? Like, there's only one possibility that I can think of, and that is... Okay, never mind, I was wrong, okay. To use the leaking gas to commit murder. How did we get to here? I'm...
Order! Order! Counsel, precisely whose life do you propose this man was plotting to end?
The answer couldn't be simpler. Now we've unraveled the mystery this far. Mr. Shamspeare wanted to end the life of... well, he was the only one there. Unless he was gonna kill himself, which I would not put it past this game. I would not be surprised if this whole trial was that Shamspeare tried to kill himself so he could make Soseki look guilty. I would not be surprised. Yeah, big balls, no brain, pretty much. Anyways, I swear to God, if it's not Soseki, I'm gonna mold.
Take that!
Take that! Okay, we're good. Whew. If a gas lamp were to go out, it would be noticed immediately, of course. But a gas stove, on the other hand, could be silently extinguished by the killer without anyone noticing. I live around those parts myself, so I know what it's like. I can tell you, trying to sleep without the stove lit is pretty much suicide. You'd freeze to death in no time. Mr. Gardeb, the landlord, has a large fireplace in his part of the residence on the top floor. In other words, it wasn't the landlord, but a fellow lodger whose life Mr. Shamspeare was trying to end.
Outrageous!
I'm talking, of course, about the defendant. Mr. Natsume isn't the villain in this case. He's the victim the man was trying to murder. Okay, so any Phoenix Wright case ever. Woo!
Good gracious.
Objection!
Objection. The accused is actually the aggrieved? Interesting. However, the fundamental facts of the case remain unchanged. Namely, that the accused is the aggressor here.
What? 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 How can you still claim that?
Let us indulge our fancies for a moment and assume that there was indeed poison on the mouth of the gas pipe. The question that then arises is who put it there?
Who did put it there? I swear to God, I swear. What do you suggested the whole theory without even thinking about how it ended there. It's like Phoenix Wright is, well, Ryunosuke in this case, but same shit. It's just fake it till you make it, literally. It's wow.
The only logical conclusion is that the person responsible was aware of this man's trickery with the gas supply and his intent to kill. Yes, that would indeed seem logical. If the assailant were unaware, how would he or she have known to lace the end of the gas pipe with poison? So, we must ask, how could anyone have known of Mr. Shamspeare's murderous designs?
You mean to suggest?
Naturally, the sole possible answer to this question couldn't be more obvious.
Yeah, no, you're right, we are all fake it till you make it. That's why he's the main character, so we can relate.
Only the man whose life was being threatened could possibly have known.
What?
In other words, the person who had put the poison in the gas pipe in what was clearly retaliatory attack can only have been the accused, Mr. Suseki Natsume. Whatever Mr. William Shakespeare may or may not have contrived to do, he was nevertheless the victim of a potentially lethal poison attack. And the only person who could possibly have perpetrated that attack is the accused, Mr. Natsume.
Gasp!
The defense counsel theorizing has failed to avert suspicion from the accused. Far from it. In fact, now that the clear motive for the poisoning has been successfully established, that suspicion is greater than ever. Would you not agree, my Nipponese friend?
And we're back to ground zero. Great. 2 hours wasted. Great.
How did he manage to turn that around on me so rapidly? Mr. Naruhodo, you must respond. Otherwise, the members of the jury may very well change their leanings against us again. And this may be our last chance to gain the advantage.
What advantage?
Well, it would seem that somebody put poison on the gas pipe in Mr. Shamspeare's room. So we must name that person now and absolve Mr. Natsume of guilt.
Oh god. Didn't we do that? Don't we think it's Shamspeare? What do you mean?
You mean name the true culprit? I know it might sound impossible, but if we fail to do that, I have no doubt that Mr. Natsume's fate will be sealed once and for all.
As it happens, one possible culprit does come to mind. The evidence, the poison, it's all pointing to a particular person now. Is it not him? It has to be him, right?
The prosecution calls for the jury to consider their leanings again. I trust you make the correct choice this time, Mr. Foreman.
What? Oh, don't worry. We know exactly.
Objection!
Van Zieks? Yeah, I mean, the whole thing with this game is that every time whoever is against him, if he doesn't get a guilty verdict, the person just dies. That's why they call him the Reaper. Even happened in the previous game. We got someone an innocent verdict when we were against Van Zieks, and then that guy died. So it's very likely that he is a killer, yes. There is one other person who I believe could have been involved in all of this. The true culprit of this crime.
The true culprit? A term found only in second-rate novels featuring third-rate great detectives, my Nipponese friend. But why not? This farce has gone on for so long already, I see no reason to cut it short before its disappointing climax.
Thank you.
Tell us, my learned Nipponese friend, what is your latest theory? Who is the so-called culprit of this crime?
You think it's him, so do we just go balls in for Van Zieks? I don't know who else it could be except the William Shakespeare. Unless it was somehow her attempt for suicide again. With a fourth-rate deck. Pretty much. Can I save here? Oh, I can't. Okay, okay. No, just because I can save here, I'm gonna do Van Zieks for you. Although I doubt it's gonna be a special interaction, but let's see. Bam! Take it! Take yourself! Dot dot dot.
You claim this person is the true culprit?
Yes, I claim it's you! How does he know for sure he did but he doesn't! It's apparently just his job to make sure it's our guy that's the murderer, even though his job should be truth-seeking. But I guess not. This is not the logic in Phoenix Wright's games. Highly suspicious, I would say. He is indeed highly suspicious.
Perhaps, my learned Nipponese friend, you should turn these wide eyes of suspicious on yourself.
What if it is us? Oh, we don't know. What?
For it seems to me that your reckless reasoning makes you far more than anyone else you could name. A very dangerous man indeed.
He's basically saying that he is sure Natsume did the poison while it was never tested and there was in fact a thing. Yeah, he doesn't care. He's like, what you said can be proven, so it's not true, but what I am saying can be proven, but it is true, because I'm the prosecutor, and I'm also not Japanese, because he's very racist. He's very racist against Japanese people. So, yeah, Phoenix Wright logic. It's great. Very dangerous. Gah! Van Zieks is actually a murderer that studies his clients how to not get caught. That would be such a great game, and I would love to play it. I need that spin-off. It will actually be so good.
Mr. Naruhodo, please, you must concentrate.
I was trying to.
Then you must concentrate harder.
Harsh. Yeah, you're not helping, Susato. Okay. Do I care about the mist? Oh, fuck. I don't care that much. I'm gonna take the L on that one. I don't want to reload from my save file. I will if it's not Shakespeare, but it has to be Shakespeare, right? Like, there's no way it's not him.
Take that!
It's not? What? What? Who is it then? What? I'm so confused. What is it, Soseki? At this point, who else would it be? Sato and Phoenix just wait faster. Yeah, so Sato is... yeah. This game is very confusing, and I don't know who... Well, Van Zix did say it's us. Oh, we're not an option. Damn it. Wish I was here from the start. To be fair, I started the game midway from where I... from like the previous investigation, so... I played it months ago, so I don't remember what happened before. That's why it makes it even more confusing. Why would it be Olive? You know what? So it's Soseki. Fuck it.
Take that!
Wait, now you don't. Wait. So you wait. Can we talk about this? So he keeps claiming that Soseki is the true culprit. So I now present Soseki to him, and he's like, no, it's not him. What's wrong with you? It's obviously not him. What? Are you kidding me? Bruh? Make up your mind? Okay, so my only other guess is that maybe she tried to kill herself, even though I don't think... Was she ever there? She wasn't. But there's... Unless it's Garideb? But why would Garideb... I guess... Okay, Garideb, sure.
Take that!
Joke's on you! Of course not Garideb. He really doesn't. He really doesn't know what he wants. And honestly, I don't know what he wants either. And I don't think anyone knows. Okay, I'm sticking with the maybe she tried to kill herself. I don't know.
Take that!
Oh my god, it was that. I was right. I wasn't. Oh my god. Was it the guest worker? Oh, so during the investigation we found out that this woman attempted to commit die many times, and I jokingly just now said maybe she tried to do it with the poison there, but it was a joke because I don't think she ever went there unless it was to meet her like boyfriend guy that lives in that building but not in that suite. So I don't know what's happening either, and I guess we're about to find out. The name of the person responsible for the poison that afflicted Mr. Shakespeare is, I believe, Miss Olive Green.
Miss Olive Green? Miss Olive Green? I do feel as though I've heard that name in the recent past, Consul, but I don't recall where. Miss Olive Green? The woman from 6 days ago?
But she also got stabbed. She is small.
The victim in the recent case of stabbing on Briar Road. An incident for which Mr. Natsume was arrested, I hasten to add. Oh, of course, yes, Miss Green. She was left comatose for some 3 days, I believe. But I hear she regained conscious 2 days ago. And I hardly need remind the court that Mr. Shamspeare's poisoning took place 3 days ago. Given that the woman was lying comatose in a hospital bed at the time, she appears to have a rather fine alibi.
True. On the night of that incident occurred, Miss Green was in hospital unconscious. Then why did you suggest her? What? So, on the face of it, it would seem that she wouldn't possibly be responsible, but still I'm gonna pull out some outrageous logic that makes no sense but apparently does in this universe. My colleagues and I visited Miss Green in the hospital yesterday, and we found her— oh yeah, she did have poison. Right, she did have that. Kind of forgot about that. To be fair, she did try to use that poison, like, to drink it, so I'm pretty sure she's not the only person who can get poison, because apparently that's very easy to do in medieval London. It's not medieval, I don't know, Industrial Revolution London. And we found her to be in possession of a bottle of poison. No, it wasn't fake coma. She was stabbed. I believe we did establish that. Yeah. In the previous case, we did establish that there was a knife that flew out of the window of the last story of the building, and it lunged into her, and she got stabbed. Yeah, it's wild. It's really wild.
Good gracious, she had poison?
And there is another fact that links Miss Green to this case as well. The defense requests that she be brought to the witness stand in order to explain the details to the court.
Tell me, Mr. Shamspeare. My lord, pray what be thy bidding? Are you acquainted with Miss Green? Eh? No, never heard of her.
Yeah, fair stabbing doesn't mean coma, but she was in the hospital. Like, there's evidence that she was in the hospital. Like, she has her sheet and stuff. She could have, like, left, I guess, without anyone noticing. But she was in a coma when she was found stabbed, so I don't know. I don't think she's the killer. I think she probably did put the poison in the pipe, but I don't think she's the killer. It has to be Shamspeare. It is Bollywood drama logic. It is very much, yeah. Judging by the look on Mr. Shamspeare's face, I think perhaps he genuinely doesn't know her. At least, not by name.
And the voice of Her Majesty's prosecution here, I adhere to my word. We will see my learned Nipponese friend's farce through to its conclusion.
I appreciate that. But true, she did have a boyfriend that died, I think. Actually, I don't know if they were boyfriend, because he was her secret admirer, and I don't remember if they ever got together. He did live in I think he was the previous tenant of the room. Like, he used to live in the room that Shamspeare lived in. That is something. True. I appreciate that. The owner of the house was in the previous case. So the way this girl got stabbed was the owner of the house, the Garideb, the old guy, was fighting with his wife, and in the fit of rage she threw the knife at him, and because the window was open, the knife flew through the window and stabbed Miss Green. Yeah, it's incredible. Like, this game is amazing, and that's all I can say. It's one of the best Ace Attorney games, I'm not gonna lie. They've gotten very creative with their murder plots.
prosecution requests a short recess, my lord, in order to subpoena the witness and bring her here. Yes, Miss Olive Green. Indeed, my lord. 1 hour should be sufficient. Very, very well. I grant the request. Math lord be like, pretty much.
Excellent, I hope.
The defense has made the most extraordinary accusation, I must say. But at the present time, I feel the prosecution's argument remains largely uncontested. Accordingly, I'm afraid the defendant and his culpability remains the sole subject of this court's attention. Thank you, counsel. We reconvene in 1 hour. Court is adjourned.
Whew, boy. Oh damn, that was a whole session. Wowie. Well, I know it kind of just got juicy, but my throat is starting to hurt. So I think I'm gonna call it. Sorry to disappoint. I will most likely play tomorrow as well. So if you want to know what happens in this Bollywood drama, you're welcome to join me tomorrow. But yeah, that's gonna be it for me tonight. Thank you for your